Good morning, everybody. It's a great day here in Winston-Salem for sure, and in Forsyth County, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Let me welcome you to the groundbreaking for Fire Station number 13, as if we didn't know what it's going to be there. That's your lucky number. That's a good one. This station is paid for by the bonds approved by the voters of Winston-Salem in 2018. It's about a $5 million project, and it really is a wonderful setting here. And Chief Mayo did a great job of finding this location. As we said, the easy part's building it, but it's the hard part is finding the site that fits in with our 4-minute response model here in Winston-Salem. So we're delighted that you joined us today. We have a number of guests and representatives. I'm going to recognize some of those as we go forward, and a number will say a word or two there. From our City Council, I'm going to ask our Mayor Pro Tem to come forward at this time and bring some greetings, and she'll be followed by John Larson, who is the council member from this ward. So I'll let you two go.
Good morning. Isn't it great to be outside without a mask even? We can all breathe now and exhale. Again, we'd like to thank everyone that had a role in making this happen, particularly the voters of Winston-Salem and Forsyth County. It shows what we can all do when we work together. I'd like to congratulate Chief Mayo and all of the esteemed firemen and women that go out every day and put their lives on the line for us. They don't even think twice. When the call comes in, they make it happen. As a matter of fact, last week, I left 2 pots on the stove and went to the back to answer the phone call, Councilmember Scipio, and with that matter of minutes, the house was all smoked up. And the alarm was going off, and you know you can't turn it off. And at that time then, 2 fire trucks rolled up. And they geared up and they came up in the yard. I'm standing in the yard. I said, I'm okay. And they were like, well, what happened? I said, I did like a lot of people that you tell us not to do. I left the pots on the stove unattended on high. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. And I want to thank these brave men and women. And as I say, let's dig some dirt.
Good morning. I'm John Larson, South Ward. We're in the South Ward, best ward in the city. We hold the whole city up down here. Hold it up. You know, I was thinking coming over here, I spent my career at Old Salem, and the fire department, of course, started in 1784 in Old Salem. In fact, there's a little firehouse on Market Square, which I hope you'll have a chance to go look at sometime, when it was important then to build a building to house the equipment that would be firefighting in the city. And it's the first firehouse, of course, in Winston-Salem. Now we've got a little bit bigger kind of equipment that needs a home and a little more complicated firefighting techniques than we had, of course, back in the 18th century. But the fact of the matter is the concept is the same, and that is public safety, serving the public and making sure the town is safe from fire, and also safe in the sense of medical response. As you know, the fire department is the first responders on medical emergencies. So we're very proud to have a station located now in the South Ward that's filling a big hole. We're very happy to have it, and it's going to be a wonderful facility. It's going to have one aspect that I hope will be a pattern for other fire stations, and that's for a community-based meeting room. And it's going to be used as a training room for the fire department, but also available for the community to come back and engage with the fire department on a very personal level, which I think used to be that way. Used to have fire dogs and used to have people come into fire departments and on a regular basis, and I think it's important for the fire department to have that public exposure and that connection. So this site is big enough to accommodate that. It's a wonderful site that Chief Mayo discovered and we've managed to acquire, and it's going to be a beautiful facility, big enough to house this kind of equipment. So thank you so much for joining me and celebrating this wonderful occasion.
Thank you, Councilmember Larson. We're also joined by 2 other council members, Councilmember Annette Scipio from the East Ward and Councilmember Kevin Mundy from the Southwest Ward. We're glad to have you all here as well. The city and county have a wonderful working relationship, and we're glad to have representatives from our county commissioners, the chairman, Mr. Dave Plyler, vice chairman, Mr. Don Martin, and Councilmember McDaniel is with, Commissioner McDaniel there. Mr. Chairman Plyler, would you like to say a word? Yes. That's all you get, Dave. We're very proud to have you all here and joining us today. We're also very fortunate to have a representative from Congressman Patrick McKinney's office, Brent Keeter. Brent, would you like to say a word on behalf of the Congressman?
Well, thank you, Mayor Joines. This is a great occasion to be here on behalf of my boss, Congressman Patrick McHenry. He is still new to representing this area in Forsyth County, and we do have areas of West and North Winston that we do represent. And the fire service is something that he takes to heart very seriously. He has visited over 100 fire departments during his service in Congress. And something like this, wow, it just really shows a commitment by the citizens of Winston-Salem in passing a bond package by an overwhelming margin, but also of the council in making this investment to the safety and welfare of the citizens. But it also goes right back to the insurance rates of the taxpayers. And so thank you and congratulations to you on this wonderful facility, and look forward to returning and seeing it when it's done. So thank you, Mayor, for the invitation.
Thank you for being here today. We also have a representative from Congresswoman Kathy Manning's office, Renee Castellans, I think it is. Castellanos, please, would you like to say a word?
Good morning. Thank you very much. Truth be told, Congresswoman Manning is also new to the district, and although I was I didn't expect to speak today, I did want to extend her gratefulness to lead this district and how proud she is of the progress we see today. She knows that this is very important as well, for the community, but also for the district in general. So thank you.
Thank you. We certainly appreciate the Congresswoman's support. You know, the city and county work, and again, very closely with our state legislative delegation. Cities are creatures of the state, so we're depending on them for what we can do and what we can't do. So we're delighted to have State Representative Jeff Zinger here today. So, Representative, would you like to say a word? Good. Well, thank you. And we thank you for the cooperation. And Representative's in the construction business, so he knows what's going on here today as well. So we had Representative Lee Zachary send his regards and congratulations on this, and so we're delighted to have all that support. Well, let's call the person up who's really going to make all this happen, and after it's built, and make it work there. So our fire chief, Chief Trey Mayo. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning to you and Mayor Pro Tem Adams, Council Members Mundy, Larson, and Scipio. We appreciate all of you all being here, and I really appreciate the show of support from both the county, from the 3 county, state, and federal levels. We appreciate all of you turning out this morning. I want to start by thanking City Manager Lee Garrett and his staff for recommending this project to be included as part of the 2018 bond project. And to the council for agreeing to include it, and certainly to the taxpayers for agreeing to pay for this project. And there's also a list of people without whom we would all not be here today. Assistant Chief of Logistics Harry Brown, where Harry is, standing over here, and Division Chief Darrell Sawyer. They both are in the Fire Department's Logistics Division, which manages our facilities. And we gave everybody in the fire department an opportunity to review the plans and give input on what this facility looks like and how it will function. Director of Engineering Robert Presswood, I've not seen Robert this morning. Architect Perry Peterson is here, he's standing in the back. Miss Sabrina Stowe, our former fire and life safety educator, who was stolen away from us by Councilmember Scipio to Sabrina has gone over to be Councilmember Scipio's Community Assistance Liaison, And congratulations to you, Sabrina. We miss you. Ed McNeil and his very capable team from the Marketing and Communications Department, and the Fire Department Station Design Committee, who is made up of Captain Sean Scruggs, Captain Chase Swain, Captain Daniel Everhart, and engineers Doug Simmons and Darren Todd. And then I would be remiss if I did not give special recognition to the leadership and the members of Bethel United Methodist Church right here next door to us. They have been delightful to work with since day one. It is, Councilmember Larson and I were talking earlier, it is unusual in a city like Winston-Salem to find a piece of property that is this large, this flat, with no trees on it, and the owner's willing to sell it to you at a reasonable price. Our first point of contact with the church was Ron Scott, and Ron called and regretted that he was not going to be able to be here today, but the church could not ask for a better liaison. And former pastor Lisa Tanico is here, and current pastor Lynn Caldwell is here, and both of them never wavered in their support and belief that there should be a fire station next door to the church. So about the station, Fire Station 13, and this will be the 20th fire station, but when they were building fire stations years ago, it was not uncommon back in the 60s and 70s for fire departments to skip number 13. A lot of fire departments do not have an engine 13 or a fire station 13, but we put it out in a survey to our personnel and said, do you want it to be 13 or 21? And by a margin of about 2 to 1, they selected 13. So that's what it'll be. But it's going to help us fill a sizable gap in our coverage network in a part of the city that has grown tremendously in the last couple of decades. It'll add robustness to fire services west of Peters Creek Parkway and along the Stratford Road corridor south of Silas Creek Parkway. It is projected that when Engine 13 goes in service, it'll be the 6th busiest engine in the city, so that gives you some idea of what the demand for fire services is in this part of the city. The facility, because the lot is so nice and because it is relatively well funded, it'll be designed to be expandable for yet determined needs decades into the future. It'll feature female-friendly accommodations, a meeting and training space that Councilmember Larson alluded to. It'll have an apparatus room large enough to allow the fire department to flex to meet increased service needs. Every day is not, 60 degrees, and it's not. It's just a normal day in Winston-Salem, but every day is not normal. We have major storms and tornadoes and things like that, and in those times, the fire department needs to have the ability to flex to meet those increased demands on service for those periods. And we'll have that capacity here. And I think probably most critically is Fire Station 13 will be the City of Winston-Salem's first fire facility where the design of the building addresses the proliferation of cancer among firefighters. I should have brought my water up here. The new facility will include, it's like when you go to the doctor and he tells you to swallow, you just cannot swallow, So the new station will have spaces for both personnel and gear decontamination. I think of it in the vein of a commercial laundromat and car wash. I mean, that'll be essentially what it is. There'll be a dirty side of the fire station and a clean side of the fire station, and it's designed such that there can be no cross-contamination between the two. In fact, that dirty side of the fire station, fans will pull a negative pressure on that facility, on that side of the station all the time to remove carcinogenic particles of combustion and off-gassing that comes off of the structural firefighting ensemble after the guys and girls come back from a fire. And for the first time also, we've included space in this facility for fire inspectors and investigators from our Fire and Life Safety branch, so that they can be closer to the area that they're assigned for service. This is the first new facility constructed since 2013, new fire facility constructed since 2013, and the first 3-bay fire station built since 2004. As I wind up, we're really excited about this opportunity to increase the service level to customers in the city southwest, and we look forward to seeing you back here. Fingers crossed for good weather. We look forward to seeing you back here in about 14 months for we don't have ribbon cuttings, we have hose uncouplings in the fire service, so look forward to seeing you all back here for that. Thank you for coming. We hope everyone enjoys a great weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. And Mayor, unless you have something else, okay? If you'll bring us over to the show.
Yeah, go ahead there. Thank you, Chief. And as you can see, this is a very carefully thought out station and process. I neglected to recognize our city manager, Lee Garrity, here in the back, who drives the whole boat here for the city of Winston-Salem. Well, we're here to break the ground, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to invite our council members to all come up, and we'll probably go out to share some shovels there. Would like all the speakers that have spoken, if you would come up and grab a shovel. We'd love to have a representative from the county to come up and work on it.
This one's for the mayor.
And Lee Garrity. You may help you figure out how to use that shovel.
When I break ground, I use a bigger piece of wood.
Oh, okay.
Well, good. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I forgot to recognize you. That's okay.
We also have a representative from Senator Tillis' office that I neglected to represent, Stephanie Blair. Grab a shovel.
We're going to share. We're doing it.
That's great. There we go. All right, so we're going to start off with photos. No, it's all right. Okay, so everyone right here. So all eyes right here. I'm missing some eyes. There we go. Okay, so photos. Looks good. There they are. Look at those cameras over there. Which one? Right there. Hey. All right. So load your shovel up.
Girl power.
That's right, girlfriend. Over. Ready? On my count. Where am I throwing it? Wait a minute. Where am I throwing it? That's right. Just turn it over. Oh, okay. Thought it was throwing it at people. Oh, I missed it. You should have told me.
Say the Senate can't do something.
Yes, exactly. Good to see you. Thank you. Glad to be here today.
Yeah.
We saw Senator Tillis in our caucus a couple weeks ago.
Thank everyone for coming. Please hang around as long as you like, but we don't have any refreshments, but please thank you for supporting the Winston-Salem Fire Department.